Okay.
Sorry.
Still waiting, Zazook, according to this, but I think you go live slightly before it goes live on YouTube. There's a
Okay.
slight delay.
All right. Today is November 11th. Happy Veterans Day, and we're here doing the
Okay.
BTC Pre-Market Prep. I'm your host, Biz, coming with you with the co-founders, Andy and Renee for Zazook.App. Guys, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Perfect. Yeah, so why don't we get right into it? Renee, would love to hear where we're at with the market health. I know yesterday we had a nice little pump. Hope we could see
Yes, yes,
where we stand.
and we can see that in our market health report. It's finally getting somewhere after moving up and down and left and right. We are now in the green in the 4 hour, the 12 hour, and we are approaching the green in the 1 day. So that's pretty positive. If we have a prolonged bull market, then you will see that those gauges will stay in the green. That means that all of these coins are above their moving averages, and that's a very positive sign. Of course, there will be corrections in a bull market, but those corrections are mostly shallow, and they will have not a lot of effect on the fact that the coins are above their moving averages. If you can see in the sectors, they also popped up. The only one in the green, or not the only one, two are in the green. Meme coin is outperforming again, and DeFi is following. So it's maybe best to have a look at some of these coins that came in today. Well, Bitcoin, let's go and have a look at our short-term market trend. Oh, that one's positive. That's not something that surprises us, right? And the long-term trend is also positive. Fear and greed index, I don't think that has changed a lot. It's still at 76, and it was at 76. So people are not getting greedier. Let's see where this ends up. And we had a lot of coins coming in over the last couple of days. We had a lot of updates too. For instance, in our elite channel, we had a lot of coins coming in and making profit for us already. You can see here, the first profit. How do we call it? Update. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. The first update is at 3% and 5 and 10. So
3, 5, and 10. Or did you say 2?
No, I said 3.
Oh, sorry, right.
But maybe it's my call that.
I think maybe, or my ears, one or the other.
Maybe both. So yeah, and also in our sectors, there were a lot of coins coming in. And as you can see here, probably, there's all of them came in. We have separate channels for them where they come in and where they get updates. So here you can see the updates. IO USDT, we had that in our AMA a couple of days ago, I think. Well, and we discussed it, and as you can see,
IQ, that was the one I put in the chit chat channel with the charts, if you remember.
IQ, IQ or IO?
IQ, I think.
Okay, well, this is IO. I remember we discussed this. We had a look at the chart, but anyway, they're making AI and AO that came in, and both of them were interested in coins, and both of them make quite a bit of profit. They're at 30% now, or 40, I think. Yeah. Meme coins also, a lot of them came in. Also, some of them had already updates. Well, as you can see, Doge is one that is already in for 5 days, 71%. Not bad, nah? 71% in 5 days. Ordi, 3 days, 24%. 1,000 sats, 22% in 3 days. So yeah, all of these coins. Oh, here 3 hours, 5%. Of course, they need some time to make profit. But even if you are for a couple of hours, you can make a small percentage. And if you do leverage, then for the people that know how to do it, and then you can even enhance that profit. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Oh, well, it's an obvious chart. We have nothing above this level here, so we have to see where it ends up.
Wait, are we in blue sky territory? Is that what they call blue sky
Oh yeah,
territory?
Yeah,
definitely.
Oh
yeah.
man, we got to pull our Fibonacci.
Well, what's his plan B has had a look at his video, and he said that his prediction is between 250 and 1 million.
What?
Average 500,000.
What is that?
So,
That's the price of Bitcoin?
yeah, that's where he thinks price of Bitcoin will go to.
Run.
Also, I think Trump wants to buy. I thought we discussed this together, Biz. I can't remember. You said 200,000 Bitcoins are going to be bought by Trump as a.
Did he mention the actual amount?
Yeah, well, I heard it somewhere or read it somewhere, and there's also the micro what is it, micro strategy, or the guy that
MicroStrategy.
what's his name?
Taylor.
Michael Thin.
Michael,
Yeah.
Thin.
Right. So he's going to invest 200. He wants to buy 200,000 Bitcoin a year, and I had to check, and I think that's almost everything that's mined in a year.
Wow.
So there could be some shortage, There's a run on Bitcoin, and that could really make Bitcoin fly.
Yeah, the thing about Bitcoin
But
is
that's
that
also if they hold most of them, and there's less to trade, then everybody will switch to the alts, which is great.
Well, I doubt that. If Bitcoin becomes the Federal Reserve, then most people will. I mean, the normal guy will try to get in, and in Bitcoin also the big trading companies that invest for these people. Well, we'll see. I have no crystal ball.
Yeah, I just think that it becomes centralized, where like the big institutions control majority of the supply, then it makes it less relevant for everyday retail investors, which was the whole purpose of Bitcoin to begin with. And if the consensus says, you know what, we can't even afford this, we're just gonna go somewhere else and transact with that instead, then very quickly it loses relevancy, and that's when you get a shift in consumer demands, and maybe value sort of leaves that to go to somewhere else, quite naturally.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but Bitcoin will become a standard value, no?
Yeah, it'll become the new gold. Yeah. But there'll still be other. I think that
yeah, of course. But this if that is going to be reality in the coming year, then Bitcoin could easily go to that 1 million. Yeah?
Hmm.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
as
that
I said,
becomes the standard.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it is. Yeah.
that's just speculation for now. If we're looking at the Bitcoin chart, and it you know, it has to correct at some point, and if it does, then at this moment in time, then this daily break level will become a support level for Bitcoin. So it could well go, have a correction of a 10, 12%. It just depends how much FOMO there will be in the market.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
So
a couple of coins.
earlier I was telling you about a coin that I missed this morning when I had to go out that came in, and the coin is VTHO USDT.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah,
V-
Victor Tango Hotel Oscar. If you go to the daily chat, yeah, so it came in at the start today and then just shot up and there's now pulled back. But it,
let me put an arrow just to. This is where I came in, right?
yeah, at the start of that green
That-
candle. Yeah, there.
Yes. So yeah. So let's see. That moved up right from the start.
Oh, it never, yeah, never pulled back. It was just, yeah.
Like 34%. Yeah.
And it went up
Let's
pretty
see
quick.
what happened.
Drill down. If you drill down to the, yeah, you can
Well,
put lines.
let me
I've got
see
my-
where what held it back. Yeah, this is a daily origin level. Yeah, then the question is, where do you want to pick it up again? Huh?
Yeah, right. Well, in fact, if you
Yeah.
drill down to the 15-minute, you can see kind of quite clearly now.
Yeah. Yeah, this got touched here. This held that move up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's still it might go and try to visit that daily origin, but in a more slow motion way than slower way than this,
Yeah. But you can see I kind of missed. I completely missed it because went out and then came back and then forgot about it and then boom.
Well, you went with own to the market, you said. So yeah, and we know women cost money.
I'm saying nothing because this is getting recorded.
Okay, I'm just making a joke, guys.
I know.
I know it's maybe impossible to do nowadays, but without offending anybody, that's what it was not my intention. Okay, let's have a look at some other coins. Res of the daily. So Res is a DeFi coin, and DeFi was where we're going to look at. It came in. Forgot to put the arrow. It came in right here. So it is having a pullback here. It shot up, but got held back by the daily break, and that should be a daily. That's a daily origin. So you might want to pick it up in these levels. It depends also what Bitcoin is doing, because Bitcoin is dragging the market kind of along. Not all coins, but DeFi is one of the sectors that went into the green. So if you want to get into a coin, then you might want to have a look at RES. Riff, well, Riff is interesting because Riff is breaking a daily origin level, spiked up and touched it again, and is bouncing off it. So it might go up from here, and then, well, there's some profit to be had, like 20% or something. Let me have a look. 25% before it hits the break level, and the hold level is what has held it down here, as you can see. So let's see if you want to go to the shorter time frames to have a look at it and see if you want to get into it.
Yeah, it looks like we got in the 4-hour chart a couple of days ago, and it's already got up to 11%, and then it came in today just now on the 12-hour, right?
Yeah. So question is, where do you want to get in when these things happen, when they go up like crazy? Then basically what you try to do is to find levels in the shorter time frames that haven't been touched. So I went through it. These all have been touched. This is the daily origin level. So people might think, okay, it's going to bounce off that old origin level, that old resistance level. But prices fool people most of the time, and that's why we are looking at a lower level. And so these levels is where I would pick up this coin. If you want to know how this is done, we have all this information in short videos. If you become an elite member, you have access to all of them. You learn where you can draw these levels. You learn how you can see when they are liable to bounce off these levels. So you become, you don't need anybody else to tell you where and when to get in and where and when to take profit. And both things are pretty important when you trade. Okay, let's go to another one. Yeah, this is, let's move to the daily because I just want to look at this chart. Now, this coin has lost almost all its value, but if you look at the bottom here, then you see that it is making higher lows. Also, that is explained in our videos. It ran into resistance here at the daily origin, it's having a pullback. So either you wait for the pullback to get into this or this area, depending on market conditions and what you see happening here, or when it breaks above this daily origin level, you can take a position with, you just wait for a green candle to close above it, and then see if it gets tested again, or if it starts to move up further. And that's where you can get in if you are a bit of a longer term trader. I mean, maybe an investor, Of course, you can, this is not financial advising, but you can do some research on what the IDX is, what it does. And if you think, well, that's a promising coin, then you can use this to get into that coin. Pepe came in today
Just want to
again.
make one point about DYDX is that you see this major volume coming in, and it only took the price up. I mean, it was a 50% move, but relative to the rest of the overall chart, it's a drop in a bucket. I mean, if you look at its highs, it's
When you, I got the volume in here now. Is that what you mean?
well, yeah. Just compare that massive volume.
This one.
Yeah. Compare that to the rest of the chart.
Yep.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
quite
right.
substantial.
But yeah, there's some demand, but there's also people are taking a lot of profit here, or trying to take profit.
Well, the picture it paints when I see this is that there is a lot of people that sold into this pressure for that to absorb for that to have made only a 47% move off of more than double the all-time high for volume, and it only pushed it up, so which means that it absorbed a lot of the selling pressure. There was a lot of selling pressure, or a lot of maybe sellers interest, which they probably bought in,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
bag
yeah, yeah.
from previous bag holders. Anyhow, regardless, that volume there is something that we cannot ignore. And if that absorbed all of
Well,
the seller's interest, then above it, it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see what happens above this price action.
right. The interesting thing about the volume here is that this took a lot of volume to get from here to here, and if you compare how much volume, so
Yeah,
as you said correctly, all the not all, but a lot of selling pressure is gone here. Of course, here you just need a little bit of volume to make the same uh, move in price. So you took a lot of some pressure out of the market with this move here.
yeah. I mean, it'd be one of those definite. I'd follow it for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Where's
yeah.
that
I
star?
mean, either in the pullback.
Heart, star, follow, whatever. Don't ever exit this screen.
Yeah,
Just keep your eyes on it.
yeah, yeah, right. I'm waiting for that Elon Musk chip, so I have it on one of my eyes,
Hold on a second. You did a fundamental analysis on this as well?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't. Uh, no, I said Elon Musk has this chip, that you can implant, and maybe in the future we can see our charts, in our left or
Hold on a
right
second.
eye
Okay, this is
without having a computer with us.
wow. All right. Some real
So,
current events.
Pepe has broken. Not yet. No, I mean, it is trying to. So, if we go to the 4 hour, then we can see that the 4 hour has broken the 1 day break, but the daily hasn't, not yet. So we're waiting for that. And then if it breaks, then we can check in at lower levels to find a level to get in, or just buy it and set the stop at that daily break level. Pepe has done pretty well, huh? Got in here. Let's see, how many percent is that? Like 24%. It's now at 15 or something. Yeah. And Bonk, basically a little bit the same story. We go to the daily, it's attacking that daily origin level. And once it closes above it, then it has a good chance of moving higher. If not, then, you can find your hold and break levels in this move here to find an entry. Oh, that was basically it. If you guys have anything you want to discuss.
I'm just going through. I've got quite a lot on my chart, but I'll just have a quick scan to see
So
if anything. WIF did all right as well today. WIF. Again, it's having a
You-
pullback now.
You want me to have a look, or you want to share your screen? Or-
I'm just mentioning the coin. You don't need to take a look.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, within Zazook, there's a lot of. In fact, I would say that we currently have. Hang on a second. I'm just going to a dashboard here. 680 live juicy tips. The average profit across all 680 that are in play is 9.35%. So that includes any that are losing right now. But yeah, we're doing pretty well. So yeah, I think that's it. We're, Bitcoin is flying, but it's having a little breather. So the market's kind of having a little breather.
Yeah.
But I think, get ready for takeoff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I just had a look at Super, because Super did pretty well in the past two. So I pulled it up on the chart, and you can see here. That's also a coin, that is, trying to stay above that break level, that origin level.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if they do, if they do, then there's a good chance of another takeoff.
Yeah.
Depending on what Bitcoin does.
Yeah. I mean, if you're interested in what we're talking about with origin levels, things like that, in Zazook, we teach you how to do that. We've got very kind of short and sweet videos that you can just keep rewatching. They're in an aspect ratio suitable for your smartphone, so you can just watch them on the go. So yeah, come on in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, Randy, go for it.
Wait, before you say the final words, or I think Andy does that. We are going to move over to the lounge for anybody that has any questions. You're welcome to check in there.
Totally, because I'm gonna definitely paint a meme picture. It seems like memes like a rotation. It depends on which coin it is. So I'm going to be looking at the different charts to identify these things for sure. Because one thing we can do as traders is just be prepared for the next move and kind of talk it out, brainstorm, and strategize on where do we think the rotation play is going to be. Yeah, and you can sort of see how it rotates, but it's always good to do this in as a group. And yeah, if you're interested, if you're listening, always feel free to join in. Go into Zazook's Discord. You can get the link in our description. Description's just right below this video. What you also can do is, if you want to just sort of check things out, start a free trial. You can do that. The other thing is you can purchase an NFT, and what you get to do is lock in your discount at 80%. And so yeah, you can join in, get the elite. Subscription. We're also going to be rolling out an incentives program pretty soon. That's just getting tested on the back end. So there's a lot of things that are in the works that are going to come out, and at the same time, we're going to be in the trenches with you guys, doing the work. So if you have time, join into Discord, take a look, join us in the lounge. We'll be in VC. All right, guys, take care.
Oh, take care, everybody. Happy trading, everyone.